Hello everyone, and thank you for attending my talk. So I'm Anysley, I'm the e-commerce director at Cox Cox, and I'll be talking today about how Cox Cox maximise conversion post-pandemic. I'm sure we're similar to a lot of businesses. We had some good traffic growth over the last couple of years, and suddenly that's just started to slow. So today we'll be looking about how we've optimised conversion. So today we'll be talking at Cox Cox Business Profile, current e-commerce trading conditions, conversion driving website updates, A/B testing and optimization, and lessons learned. First of all, let's talk about the Cox Cox business profile. So we're based in Frome, Somerset. Sorry about that, let's come forward. So we're a homeware business with 3,000 to 4,000 SKUs. Typically we're very seasonal, so now we're in spring, summer, where we sell outdoor furniture, mirrors, lighting, home decorations, and then we start to move to Christmas decorations. And I think it's only 6 weeks' time we'll be starting to sell Christmas decorations again. So I always find that quite exciting, but then quite daunting as we get into peak season and we're actually migrating our way through selling our Christmas products. We're a pure play e-commerce business. So we don't have any physical stores. That was very to our advantageous over the last couple of years. So that was really good for us. We kind of have a pure, we're mail order business as well. So we use mail order catalogues. We send 9 mail order catalogues across the year, 5 spring, summer, 4 autumn, winter. And we send the catalogues to around 3 million customers over the course of the year. And online catalogues are actually, physical catalogues are still very much a driver of traffic to our website and a driver of products and product information. As a business, we're 140 full-time staff. Kind of breaks down really half and half amongst the warehouse and also the office staff. E-commerce team at Cox Cox, we're very lean. So it's myself, the e-commerce director, and we then have an online merchandiser, a UX designer. And then we kind of interact very closely with the marketing team. So marketing team is consisting of email, social media, kind of the print catalogues for design team, who design a lot of our imagery, a lot of our artwork, and a lot of work on our kind of product photography, which hopefully we can showcase in this presentation and also across the Cox Cox website. And then we have kind of a buying and merchandising team who we heavily kind of converse with and talk with. Over the last 2 years, we've had strong revenue growth. We were growing 100% over the last 2 years. And just this year, really, we're expecting our business to be a lot flatter. That's kind of part planned as well. So we are seeing a decrease in traffic, as I mentioned. But I just felt as a business, or we know as a business, we couldn't deal with the growth, really. We had operational challenges over the last couple of years. And now what we're seeing, really, we're just starting to see this level out, really, and we're just looking to improve our operations. A tech stack, just to give everyone a bit of background information for everyone. We're Magento 2. We've been Magento 2 since 2017. And we also, at that same time, integrated NetSuite ERP system and Ware Systems as a WMS. So all 3 of those systems had to go live on the same day. And I think, that really aged me. So, but it really was a good project to do. And we did them all at the same time. So we weren't end-to-end testing across all the systems. We just did it as one big project. That went live in August 2017, so we're almost approaching 5 years on Magento 2. We use Clevu as site search. We've been using Clevu for 4 years. We really like the features, how it looks. I've got a slide later where we're just looking at Clevu data. We like to just make our search quite visual because our products are quite aspirational. We use Nosto for recommendations and personalized content. We've been using Nosto for 3 or 4 years. And we have recommendations that were fairly typical across the home page, across the PLP, across the PDP, and also into the basket page. And that works really well for us. We use ZMags for category banners, so we have shoppable banners. We also use ZMags for kind of our style notes and our content. We also actually convert our physical catalogue into an online catalogue. And that always surprises me. When we launch the online version of the catalogue, we can see 70,000 or so page views just coming in. So customers do like to actually look at an online version of a print catalogue. We use Imagery for emails. We send around 30 million emails a year. Broadcast emails, we typically send 3 or 4 per week. we tend to send them, Tuesdays and Thursdays and on the weekend. And actually for Cox Cox, we find the weekends are our sweet spots in terms of traffic. And certainly a Sunday evening when people have had hopefully a good weekend, they like to be shopping. So Sundays for us, it works really well, and we often time our emails to coincide with those peak periods. We use Yotpo for UGC, user-generated content. So we'll have a slide on this a bit later as well about how we've been using UGC. And finally, we use Shipper HQ for shipping management. For us, shipping is quite complex. We have standard items, such as Christmas tree decorations, which are nice and easy to pack and nice and easy to ship. But then customers can buy stools, and then customers can buy sofas. So we have to cover every scenario. So a customer can actually buy a Christmas tree decoration, a stool, and a sofa. So our shipping services has to be managed by a very strong and a very robust system. And we've been using Shipper HQ for 3 or 4 years as well. Okay, so I'm going to now talk about 2022 year-to-date website performance. I'm going to use the IMRG data. So Andy just did a presentation, and I just checked with Andy, and I don't think I'm going to overlap on his content. But what we're seeing here really is, the strong online growths around 20% for January 2020, July 2020, and then it went really crazy, January 2021. And I can remember at Cox Cox, it was January, it was snowing outside, and we were selling outdoor furniture like crazy. We would just come in and we would see 10 units of one item would be sold, and it was snowing outside. So we actually sold out of our outdoor furniture in March of 2021. But as we come through to this year, we can certainly see it's a lot tougher, and I think for the majority of people in this room, certainly when I'm in the boardrooms, we're looking at our data and we're seeing, that revenue year on year is a lot tougher. Just a final slide really on the IMRG data. We can see the various sectors. So it's broken down via clothing, health and beauty, and home and garden. So home and garden, it is a challenge at present, but we had a good year, a good couple of years. So now we have to deal with the best fit really for us in terms of how we can drive revenue, but also deal with the problems we've got in terms of shipping costs, going crazy. For us, the cost of shipping some items now are actually worth more than it costs to purchase and manufacture the product. So we are going to see some challenges over the next year or so. But I wanted to make this presentation a bit more upbeat and hopefully talk you through how we've been driving revenue at Cox Cox. I really wondered where to put this slide. I wasn't sure, but I've kind of gone with it fairly early on. So it's our conversion data year on year. So across the website, really, across every kind of device, we're seeing an uptake in e-commerce conversion rate of 38%. And across mobile devices, we're seeing an e-commerce conversion rate of 60%. For us, mobile, we're around about 60% of our traffic is coming from a mobile device. So I'm sure there's a lot of retailers in this room who are seeing a lot more uptake of mobile devices. But we're seeing, on occasions, 50% of our revenue are coming from mobile devices as well. I'm not brave enough to include the Cox Cox traffic data, but I'm sure you can gauge what that is from the IMRG data and obviously your own marketing trading conditions. So what I'm going to now be discussing is conversion driving website updates. So what we've been doing at Cox Cox. This time last year, we were working on a new style guide. We just wanted the website to look a lot fresher. We hadn't really touched the design, the layout since 2017. I do feel that every website really should be looking at updating the style, the themes every couple of years. So we work very closely with our design team in-house, also the Pixel, who are our development agency, and we worked on a new style guide. So we started to work on this around April of kind of 2021. What we were trying to achieve in this project really was a tidy up of font style, sizing, spacing, the add to basket buttons, the add to basket messaging. And we based this on Cox Cox paint colors. So we really just wanted to make the site a bit more upbeat and a bit more kind of on brand. I think the only one I was slightly concerned was about the add to basket button and was it too masculine? So we went with a dark blue, but actually, I've had good feedback on that and I think it does stand out quite nicely. So really pleased we went live with a new style guide last year. Unfortunately, I couldn't really tell you with any success, did that increase conversion rate, but in the back of my mind, I certainly feel it can only have helped. The bigger project we did last year was a new categorization rollout. As a business, we'd probably changed our buying patterns and what we were selling over the course of over the course of 2 years. So we're now really, previously we were maybe a homeware, a decor brand, but now we're more of a furniture brand. So we wanted to kind of expand our navigation. So we wanted to expand our product range, and we wanted to showcase this. So we undertook customer research. We undertook research with the Pixel, and obviously we met internally with the directors across the business, but also the key stakeholders in the buying and merchandising team. So after several months, really, we went for some kind of good projects where we would try to put our products into a new navigation, how we thought it would work. And I challenge anyone to do that, really. When you're looking on your own website day in, day out, it's really hard to categorize your own product. So for me, that was a big struggle. But then finally, we had a plan in place. We probably completed our plan around August time of last year, but we were just then faced with the challenge as to when we launched this new navigation. We were faced really with launching our new Christmas season, which was peak season for us. So that kind of ruled out making that categorization at that time. So what we decided to do, we rolled out the kind of recategorization in January 22, ahead of our new season launch, because we have to build all the new category pages, all the new layouts, all the new imagery ahead of the new season. We then had to kind of finalize through and redirects with our SEO agency, and this went live in January of 2022. Also at this time, really, we took from our customers that they wanted a new shop by room. Previously, we would just have furniture, then we broke that out into stools, dining tables. So now we have a new shop by room where customers can purchase via lounge, home office, dining room, and we can see a lot more engagement. We can see heat maps from Hotjar, we can see tracking of the data via GA, and we're seeing a lot of customers really enhance the shop by room. What also caught our eye really was we created an inspiration navigation section. Previously we would have themes, we would have like Scandi, New Industrial, they would sit inside furniture, but we brought it into the main navigation, and we were seeing, this became one of our most popular sections of the website. So customers like to shop by room, they also like to shop by themes. So we didn't really understand that until we launched this, and we're seeing a lot of uptake into these new pages. The new categorization also enables better email segmentation. So when we're sending our emails and when we're sending a kind of automated campaigns, we can now kind of cross-sell from dining rooms into kind of sofas into cushions. So it works really well in terms of increasing revenue and increasing conversion. And also for us, navigation is very seasonal as well. So we do have navigational changes. So currently we're spring, summer, and that will change into autumn, winter in a couple of months' time. New mobile navigation. So this was only just launched in May of 2022. We wanted to have a navigation that was easier to use. Previously, our navigation was more of a kind of a concertina, so it would open up and expand. We also had images in our navigation. At the time, I really liked having images in the navigation, but I felt this new version is just a bit more user-friendly. It gives you a better placement in terms of where you are in the navigation and where you are in terms of your journey. So we've been measuring this as well, and we're starting to see an increase in terms of the mobile conversion. Next step is kind of the site search focus. For us at Cox Cox, we were seeing around about 15% of our users using the site search. So we set ourselves a challenge really, can we increase that? So we went for the ambitious KPI of around 17% of our users to use the site search. So what we're now seeing, actually, we have achieved that. So 17% of our users use the site search, and around 50% of our customers or revenue is coming from a user who's using the site search. I think we have the challenge that we have products that kind of works quite well on search. You could search for a pink sofa, pink cushion, or you could search for, for festoon lights, which if you go via the navigation, do festoon lights sit in lighting? Yes, they do. Do they sit in outdoor furniture as well? So we have kind of dual location of products. So we are set up to kind of perform quite well on site search. The site search, as you can see, on the slides here, is very visual, and we do see some good revenue coming from the search. We also, back in 2021, we exposed the mobile search, so it has its own feature inside the website navigation. Previously, it was just an icon. Users would click on the icon, but now they can run the search, and that works really well. So in terms of the kind of data, we're seeing an e-commerce conversion rate for site search up 29%, mobile ECR conversion rate on mobile is up 61% year on year. So we're just really keen to get users onto the website to kind of use the site search. The mobile search conversion rate for the year to date is around 4.36, but we do see as we go into Christmas and into peak season, we can see conversion rates around the 5-6%. Typically for us, a site search conversion rate is 3 or 4 times higher than a standard user. Shoppable banners. We have shoppable banners across our category pages, and we do a lot of investment in terms of our image photography and also our layouts. So customers like to buy a room. So in this example, we would have banners on the website previously, and customers wouldn't know what that product was really. So they would have to call into our contact center, or they would just be stuck really. So the customers can click on the kind of the console table, click on the armchair, it tells them the price, they can then click through in the view product. And this works really well really. It just makes the kind of the landing pages, the copy pages a lot more shoppable. AR and 3D models. We've been doing AR and 3D models for around a year or so. We have 50 models that now have AR. So on your mobile device, you can actually place the sofa, place the armchair inside your room. And we have the 3D models, so you can scroll around the room, scroll around the product. We also have dimensions as well. So we put dimensions onto a lot of our imagery as well, so customers can try to visualize the depth, the height, because we do get a lot of questions coming from customers around our product mix. I think the objective really, from the AR and 3D models, is to look to increase orders. Hopefully customers can view how the product would look inside their room, but also to look to reduce returns. In terms of AR for Cox Cox, I think we're very much at our early stages. Ideally, we would like more products with AR and 3D models, but I think it's just very hard for us as to how we measure that. So if anyone's got an answer about how you measure the performance of AR on products, I'd be very willing to hear that. And UGC to drive conversions. UGC for us is a great way to kind of showcase our products. On Instagram, we have over 400,000 followers, and they really like to kind of showcase or show their products inside their homes. So in this example here, we've got like the weathered oak stool. We can see some lovely kitchens and some lovely kind of houses. So what we're looking to do really is to get the permission off the customers to kind of use the products. We then showcase these onto our product detail pages. So in this example of the weathered oak stool, it just sits below the main imagery. And what we're seeing is that around about a third of the customers actually click on and engage with the kind of the user-generated content. And what we see, if a customer is typically engaging with this, we can see around 6.5% conversion rate for the UGC. So our business objective really is to try to get as much UGC from our customers as possible over the course of this next year. This next slide really is a slide that's kind of very much work in progress. So our challenge here is that we often have a lot of products that we would like to improve the revenue, improve the conversion. So we have products which have low views, products that have high views, low conversion rates, and then we have products which have high cart abandonment rates. So effectively we have a 6-stage cycle. We have ownership of the e-commerce team, merchandising, so everyone has to own the products on the website. It's not just a case of we have the images ready, the products are now on the website, the merchandising team can forget about them. So we're working every kind of day, every week in terms of our products. We're then reviewing the images. Are the images accurate? Does it showcase the product? Are the images old? If the image is old, when can we shoot a new image? We're then looking at kind of sustainability, the hover over choices, so mouse overs, the scale. Does the image actually show how the product scales inside a room? And if we then have any reshoot requirements, we submit them to the photography team, and they would look to get back to us as soon as possible. For us, photography is a big investment. We have our own photo studio. So I think what sets us apart, or what we try to set ourselves apart really, is product imagery. So it's a really crucial aspect of our business. And next is we think it's very valuable. We're trying to reduce emails into our customer service team, but we're also trying to aid the customer. So we have a lot of focus on copy, accuracy. How can we kind of measure, remove the broken links, cross-link across the products, and inspiration. So we need to make the product copy inspirational. It really needs to tell the customer why they need this product. Next time we focus on size and info. We have furniture, which is often complex in terms of measurements. So we want to have clarity on size and info. accuracy, and to enable the customer to make that considered purchase. Delivery info as well for us is also very crucial. And we have one-man, two-man services, so we need to make this information available to customers so it doesn't come as a surprise to them when they add the item to the basket. We need to make that true through the buying journey. Merchandising and categorization, so all the time we're looking at online merchandising. We'll have some slides a bit later about how we do A/B testing across merchandising across the website. This then completes the cycle. So we're regularly meeting across the merchandising teams, e-commerce teams, understanding our products and how we can increase our conversion rates. So the next kind of slides really are about A/B testing and optimization. So the A/B testing we do in kind of three formats really. We have A/B testing that we can do across the website design. We then have A/B testing we can do across product sort orders, and then we have A/B testing and optimization, which we've been doing with an optimization agency. So I'm just going to talk you through some of the pieces of work. So we've been doing a lot of category sort order. So here we're just trying to run rules across our products. We're looking to combine AI of a software and also our buyer's knowledge. And we seem to find a really good sweet spot when we use the power of AI, but combine that with the buyer's knowledge. So what we've been seeing is we've been testing this kind of strategy. We've seen a 24% uplift in terms of conversion rates and a £9 uplift in terms of AOV, and very significantly a 6% reduction in terms of bounce rate. So every kind of week really we're running A/B tests to confirm this logic. So we're running it across categories. So lighting may have a different logic in compared to decorative home, which may have a different logic compared to outdoor furniture. So it's a really good way for us to measure the success of our campaigns and to kind of drive the revenue. This is ongoing. We're running numerous tests across the website on a daily basis. And the e-commerce and buyers are meeting regularly, and we're just looking to drive this. And we've got a total buy-in from the board, and the business owner is very hot on us, ensuring that we're always A/B testing and looking to kind of not settle our knowledge, to look to improve. FOMO, we've done some fear of missing out kind of messaging. I'm sure a lot of us are pretty skeptical. I was quite skeptical. You go into bookings or you go into airline websites, you can see that the hotel is selling out quickly. But we've had some good success actually over the last couple of months with our FOMO messaging. So our messages typically are based on sales and page views. In this example here, we've got trending and bestseller. So on the Weathered Oak store, over 1,000 people have been recently viewing this product. For the bestseller, over 50 have recently purchased as well. So if a product doesn't have enticing attributes, we just don't show the FOMO messaging. But for products that have really powerful kind of stock or selling messages, browsing messages, we do showcase this. We've also actually put inside this promotional messages as well. So in this example, we have Summer 20, which is a promo code as well. So we're using the kind of FOMO messaging element to really drive sales. So we did a 50-50 test on this. I'm now going to kind of show you the results. So across a period of around a month or so, we ran the FOMO messaging, and it uplifted by 4% conversion rate across the business. So when we run this across the year, this can bring in significant revenue. So we were very happy with the results, and now FOMO is displayed as default. So at present, all customers will be seeing the FOMO. I think as we get later in the year, or we will retest this again, to see was it just seasonal, was it promotional driven. But for now, the FOMO messaging has really worked. And what we're now working on as well is the FOMO messaging and attributes. Testing the wording, testing the placement, and testing, what attributes we're displaying. But yeah, really pleased with that. So 4% uplift in conversion rates, £5 AOV increase, and a -1%, so an improvement in the bounce rate. Next, we've done some development work really ahead of actually doing the development work. We use the optimization agency to use, we use Anysley, and we're testing kind of features ahead of actually being developed. So rather than going ahead and doing the development based on our instinct, we actually test possible development plans. So what we've done over the last couple of months, we had a mobile sticky add to basket. So in the example, the add to basket is always visible. So when we were running the A/B test, the add to basket can often be down the middle of the page. So now the add to basket is always visible. So as you're at the top of the page, you'll see the add to basket, and as you're at the bottom of the page, as you scroll down, you'll also see the add to bag. So what we saw a 7% uplift in terms of customers adding to bag, And at present, we're only seeing a small increase in terms of transactions, but we feel this may just be seasonal in terms of, we're selling a lot of outdoor furniture. When this comes to selling Christmas tree decorations, when we can see our order volumes times 5, times 6 uplift, so we're expecting to see some good results. So now on the back of this kind of working well, we're now hard coding this with the development agency. So the Pixel are working on this, they'll be developing this for us, and it will be rolled out into a code base over the the coming weeks. Next slide is PLP stock and price stickers. So on this example here, you can see on the glass display side table, only 10 left, 2 cloud tables at 50% off. Now, this caught us by surprise. We really thought this would work, but it had little impact on conversion rates or revenue. So I think we will be testing this, and we do have it live actually now at present in terms of the stock messaging, but I think it just goes to show that sometimes you can assume that it would work, or maybe the timing is just not right, but this just didn't work. We saw no uplift, no impact in terms of our testing. So just something for us to revisit. Was it the wording, was it the styling, or was it just seasonality? So I think it's all good statistics. We'll be attempting to do this again. I said to the business owner, it didn't work then, but we want to try this again. So we'll be looking at this. Print catalogs as well. We send, as I mentioned, we send a lot of print catalogs. So our logic that we're applying to our website, we're also applying to testing across our print catalog. So we send, acquisition customers, so customers who don't know about Cox & Cox. We also send customers who are consistent customers. So we send them different catalog sizes in terms of dimensions. We send them different sizes in terms of the number of pages. We also send them different product catalogs in terms of design. So in this example here, we've gone with, typically we'd always have maybe grids of products that would scroll around, but here we've gone with a more magazine editorial feature. Very much at the early stages, but again, this is looking very positive. So the business logic from our website, we bring into kind of print material as well. Kind of additional A/B tests, so these are always ongoing. Probably at any time we're running a test on the homepage, we're running tests on PLPs, we're running tests on PDPs concurrently. I'm sure everyone in the room here is doing homepage banner design, so we're testing designs for us. We find that our customers quite often like text. CTAs, we're often putting in multiple CTAs into the homepage banners. That seems to work quite well. So it's just an area that we're always focusing on. We've actually had some good results when we've done countdown timers as well in terms of promotionals ending as well. Current test we have running is visual and text on filters on PLP. So we have our website is quite image-based. So we wanted to test, do our customers like seeing images on category pages? We're now testing it against text as well. So what we're finding is at present, there's no real difference. So customers are a bit more click happy on the visual element, and there's kind of no revenue uplift between the text and the visual. So our next test really will be combining. So we'll be testing visual against a kind of an image with some text below it as well, just to see how that compares. Sticky add to basket on desktop. So it worked really well on mobile. So we would now like to roll this out across our desktop. So we have a design in place, and this will just come into the website over the coming weeks. Homepage, UGC, and Recs. So we're always testing, what UGC to display, where do we display it, the position of the recommendations on the homepage, the wording. We actually tried a recommendation of kind of live customers. That didn't really work for us, what they were browsing at that time. So we're just always testing recommendation rules, recommendation logic, and recommendation placement. And another test we have running as well on the PDP. So we've got the PLP where we've got the filters. On the PDP, we're testing the wording and position of the action messages. So we're testing the positions of when you add an item to the basket, where to display that message. So there's a lot of logic there that's looking pretty good actually for us as we just test over the coming weeks. And the final kind of slides for me really were just to talk about tips and lessons learned. I think for everyone really, and I'm sure everyone is doing this, be dynamic. It's easy to say, but we're always trying to kind of work on marketing plans, website strategies, and just if something's not working, end it. We've done a lot of A/B testing where we've ended it after a day. So be prepared to do that. Build strong relationships with suppliers and other retailers. I think that's I like to speak to other retailers. I think you gain a lot from sharing your insight, sharing your knowledge, and obviously build strong relationships with your suppliers. So we look to have weekly calls or regular calls with our suppliers, and I think you can really improve your relationship and really improve your website. And my final point really is to test. You know, we just like to test all the time. It's come from the business top, really. You know, can you run an A/B test? How can you test this? How can you analyze it? So we're doing it across the website and we're doing it across our print catalogue. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that.